Apa saja yang susah akan menjadi mudah sekiranya semua bersatu berusaha. Dengan produktiviti bertambah keuntungan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and salam produktif. You're with me, Wan Saidatul Izzah binti Wan Ibrahim from Malaysia Productivity Corporation MPC in the MPC Productivity Talk. We bring to you every Friday 3 PM on MPC FB Live. Stay tuned. Construction is one of the largest sectors in the world economy and becomes an essential industry to the society and environment. With total annual revenues of almost 10 trillion and added value of 3.6 trillion, the industry accounts for about 6% of global GDP. However, the industry has struggled to evolve in its approaches as other industries, causing its productivity to lag behind other sectors for decades. Productivity has been the subject of much debate in the construction industry in many countries for decades. In the construction industry, many people struggle to understand the concept of productivity since it is so complex. Define, quantify, analyze, and compare metrics of construction productivity can be challenging for a variety of reasons. The importance of productivity in the construction business, however, is increasing. Hence, for today's topic, we will dissect further on assessing the level of productivity in the Malaysian construction sector. Without further ado, let's welcome the moderator of the session, Ms. Syamimi Muhammad Azlan.
Thank you, Wan Izzah, for a great start to the session today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and welcome to the MPC Productivity Talk. My name is Syamimi Muhammad Azlan from Malaysia Productivity Corporation MPC. As mentioned earlier by the host about our topic today on assessing the level of productivity in the Malaysian construction sector. To discuss further on the topic, I invite our special panelist yang bersaha Dr. Natasha Dzulkalnine, a senior lecturer of Faculty of Business and Management in UiTM Puncak Alam, Selangor. A little background about our speaker. Dr. Natasha has earned her PhD and Masters in Business Management from Sultan Idris Education University, UPSI, and Bachelor of Statistics from UiTM Shah Alam, Selangor. Her expertise is in the range of industrialized building system, or familiarly known as IBS, construction productivity, green technology, quality of buildings, statistical analysis, financial management, ISO, and many more. So, without further ado, I am welcoming Dr. Natasha to this session today. Hello, Doctor. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking me.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So, I think without further ado, we may start our session.
Yeah, sure.
So, firstly, I want to ask, as we explore the meaning of productivity and learn on how the productivity growth can lead to the improvements in our life and the well-being of our nation, we always hear that the construction sector is lagging behind than other sectors. So perhaps Dr. Natasha can briefly explain to us what is the current level of productivity in the Malaysian construction sector, especially during and post-pandemic of COVID-19. Please, Doctor.
Okay, thank you, Anis, for inviting me. Okay, so as we know, the construction industry has been known to become one of the important sectors that contributed to the gross domestic product, or we know as GDP. Okay, although the presence of COVID-19 has shown a decreasing percentage contributed to the GDP, the construction sector has slowly risen to catch up with what it's missing. Okay, based on the report by the Department of Statistics Malaysia, or DOSM, the construction industry plummeted starting in 2019 and getting worsened in 2020. However, we can see the increasing trend in 2021 in tandem with the rising in overall GDP of Malaysia. Okay, so talking about post-pandemic situation, okay, construction activity actually surged about 23.3% year-on-year in third quarter of 2022, picking up sharply from a 6.1% growth in second quarter and marking the steepest expansion since second quarter of 2021 as the economy of Malaysia is fully emerged from the coronavirus curbs. Okay, we know that the construction industry has a multiplier effect on the other sector, okay, such as manufacturing, quarrying, forestry, and also mining. Okay, so the previous record has shown that construction sector is one of the lowest productivity as compared with other sectors. Okay, so because of that, I think it is necessary to come out with a standard which can be used by all players in assessing the level of productivity, especially in building construction project.
Thank you, Dr. Natasha. So, Doctor, when we look at the statistic data, are there any initiatives made by the ministries or the agency to ensure that the productivity of the construction sector keeps increasing from time to time, especially for the construction industry?
Okay, Anis, actually there are many agencies, okay, have varied initiative to increase the level of productivity in Malaysia. Okay, not to forget that MPC also plays an important role in distributing knowledge about productivity to the industry and also to the public through the engagement with industry and government agencies. For an example, Ministry of Works or KKR has published National Construction Policy, or we know as NCP 2030. Okay, NCP 2030 is one of the primary endeavors of the government to transition the whole construction sector into the digital era. To achieve equitable and sustainable national development by 2030, the policy acts as a book detailing the growth of the construction industry and a crucial resource and guide for both public and private construction sectors. Okay, NCP 2030 with the theme Digitizing the Construction Sector will concentrate on accelerating the application of technology throughout all works processes before, during, and after construction. Okay, the same goes for the Construction 4.0 Strategic Plan or CSP 2021 until 2025. Okay, which focuses on the new technologies as mentioned in the NCP 2030. Okay, last year, the Construction Industry Development Board or CIDB Malaysia, together with its research arm, the Construction Research Institute of Malaysia or CRIM, together with the government linkage, industry and academician, has produced one standard named Construction Industry Standard or CIS 30 2021, named Productivity Measurement of Building Construction Project. So this standard is objectively to assess the level of productivity in building construction project. The generated formula from this standard can be self-calculated by developers, contractors and other related parties to measure the level of productivity in their construction project.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So, referring to what Doctor says just now, the ministry and also the agency have initiated so many initiatives to industry players for them to follow, right?
Yes, correct.
So, when Doctor mentioned just now about one standard, which is a construction industry standard or CIS 30, I am interested to know what are the objectives and the scope of measurement involved in this sector.
Okay, thank you, Anis. Okay, this standard is actually was designed and developed to enable the user to achieve any or combination of the objectives, which are firstly, to establish a standard system for productivity measurement of building construction projects. Okay. Secondly, to act as a reference and baseline standard for the purpose of measuring the productivity performance of building construction project. And last but not least is to evaluate the performance of building construction projects in terms of productivity at the project and site level. Okay, so there is two sections actually in this standard, which are project-based and also site-based. Okay, As we can see from the table, okay, for the project base, we will take all the consideration, okay, starting from design until construction stages, okay. Whereas for site base, we only take into consideration for installation and construction stages, which these two stages happen at the site. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Natasha. So, Doctor, when you mentioned earlier about project-based and site-based, I think I want to know, how does this productivity measurement work? Are there any main elements of this standard?
Okay, thank you, Anis. Okay, so this standard actually presents, okay, the productivity measurement of building construction projects using specific productivity measurement tools. Okay, the productivity measurement covers all construction life cycle stages, okay, starting from design, production, logistic, installation and construction. Okay, to ensure a comprehensive measurement being made, the productivity measurement encompasses two sections, okay, two construction methods using conventional and also industrialized building system or IBS. Okay, the measurement of productivity rate for building construction projects also implements a grading system from A to E, okay, which is used to rank the productivity performance throughout the construction projects. Okay, this grading system shall indicate the level of productivity rates for building construction projects in Malaysia. Okay, the formula for productivity performance, okay, is actually total constructed gross floor area or GFA divided by total man days, which total man days is actually the total number of manpower multiply the total construction period in months and working days per month.
Okay, Doctor, thank you. Such a comprehensive sharing just now. So we are getting close to the end of the session. Now, if there is one thing that Doctor would like to highlight from this session, what would it be? Maybe your hope, especially for the level of productivity in the Malaysian construction industry.
Okay, thank you, Anis, for this question. Okay, my hope, of course, is nothing else in which we can increase the level of productivity of the construction industry from time to time. Okay, developed countries, okay, such as Singapore, okay, UK, are moving towards digitalization. I hope Malaysia would not lag behind. Okay, we should tap technology from other countries and adopt it in Malaysia. By that, productivity can increase along the way. Okay, we should emit the main fear of the construction industry, which are 4D, okay, dirty, difficult, dangerous, and demeaning. Okay, together, I believe we can move forward and indirectly increase the level of productivity in the Malaysian construction industry.
Okay, thank you for the response, Dr. Natasha. So, I agree with what Dr. saying just now. I too hope Malaysia won't fall behind the developed nations in their transitions to digitalization. We ought to borrow technology from other nations and implement it in Malaysia. So by doing that, I believe productivity can rise as you go. So I am also completely agreed that the perception of the construction sector as 4D, which mentioned by Dr. earlier, which is dirty, difficult, dangerous and also demeaning, should be communicated and changed to appeal to the local workforce. So, before we wrap up the session, here too, I want to highlight to the audience the documents mentioned earlier by our panelists on National Construction Policy or NCP 2030, Construction Strategic Plan 4.0 and Construction Industry Standard CIS 30. All of you may find and access the documents at www.cidb.gov.my. So, thank you, Doctor, for being here with us today. It is such a fruitful and comprehensive sharing session with Doctor. So, once again, thank you and wishing you a great day.
Thank you for inviting me, Anis.
Okay, thank you. So, we're back to you, Wan Izzah.
Alhamdulillah, such an insightful, informative session. Digital transformation for the construction sector needs to start now and to be elevated for those who have started. The construction industry is now entering a new territory, a digital era. The time is now for the construction firms in Malaysia to adapt and adopt digital solutions in their organisation and operation. The transformation is not expected to occur overnight. It is a one-step process. one technology adoption at a time. Together, we can make progress and therefore raise productivity in the Malaysian construction sector. Thank you again for joining us. See you next week. Same day, same time, Friday, 3 p.m. Stay safe and stay productive.